Hi guys, welcome back to Waxing On. It's Wednesday and that means classic rock. If you remember a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about Kingston. It was during the Bryan Adams episode, and I mentioned about Bryan Adams being born in Kingston. I said there was a lot of musical connection to that city. I guess the first one I think of was Sally Yankowski from The Lovin' Spoonful. When he left The Lovin' Spoonful, he went to Kingston, opened a restaurant called Chez Piggy's, which he was involved with until his passing. We also have Don Cherry, coach for Boston Bruins for a long time. And also for those in Canada, recognize him from Coach's Corner on NHL. We got Bryan Adams born there. We've got Dan Aykroyd, who makes Kingston home base when he's in Canada. And we also had a band that was from Kingston that kind of took the country and the world by storm, and that was the Tragically Hip. And that's what we're going to look at today. I don't have a lot of hip material. I mean, they put out quite a few albums, and it was certainly a powerhouse group. They're winning all the awards. I saw somebody the other day talking about the Tragically Hip. They made all the money there was to make in Canada off music because they were getting jobs that other people weren't getting. They were just a real powerhouse up until Gordon Downey's passing. Now, this was their first studio album. They'd released an independent one first. And actually, I didn't really get into them in that first album. It was their second album that really got my attention, one called Road Apples, and I have it on cassette, but unfortunately, if you've been watching the series, I haven't really located my cassettes yet. But there was a song on there called Little Bones, and that was the one I remember hearing on the radio that really got my attention, got me interested in checking out the Tragically Hip. But that was the second album recorded in New Orleans. Now, a band from Kingston, they did a lot of recording down the States, New Orleans for Road Apples. This one, called Up to Here, you can see the Tragically Hip cover, recorded in Memphis. And this was their first studio album. Now, give you some idea of who the band is if you're not familiar with them. We've got the Tragically Hip are Bobby Baker on guitar, Gordon Downey vocals, and he was basically considered the leader of the band. Johnny Fay on drums, Paul Langlaw on guitar and vocals, and Gord Sinclair on bass and vocals. Now, a couple of tunes on here that really stood out for me, and these were the ones that were really hits for them. One known, Blowin' at High Do. That was one that really a lot of people are familiar with and really took off. I'll Believe in You. The next one, New Orleans is Sinking, another very popular tune. 38 Years Old, She Didn't Know, Boots or Hearts, Every Time You Go, When the Weight Comes Down, Trickle Down, Another Midnight, and Opiated. Now, it's just hard to believe how this band from, like I say, not really a small town. I mean, it's a small city. It's not a major city like Toronto or Montreal or Vancouver up here. But how they went from Kingston and really took the country, took North America, took the world by storm. If you haven't heard them before, check them out. Again, three tunes that I would say, if I had to name three of my favorite tunes from the early days, Little Bones, New Orleans is Sinking, and Blow It High Do. If you haven't heard them before, check out those three, and I'm sure that'll inspire you to take a look at some of their other material. The band, I haven't followed much what's happened since Gordon passed. I know they did a farewell tour, wrapped that up in Kingston, and it was kind of a sad time for music. We had a lot of tributes through Canada because of their love of Gordon Downey and what he was doing with this group. Certainly they're available on the streaming networks, YouTube. Check out their website. There's stuff on there that's worth checking out as well. And hard copies if you can get them. The album I have, Up to Here, that's the one I have in my collection other than Road Apples. But certainly a lot of albums have come out since that time, and the band just continued to grow. So that's it for today. Just a quick one on classic rock, Kingston band, Tragically Hip. So Friday this week, well, we're going to do get away from the comedy. I've got another one that's a little hard to classify, but we'll see what you think when we get there. Friday, stop by and see what we have in store. Until then, everybody, take care, stay safe. Thanks for stopping by.